Welcome back to Good Day State Line. There are times when we need a financial advisor, and Leah Evers from Edward Jones is here with me now to help us navigate through those times. Hi, Leah.
Hi.
Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Of course, I'm happy to be here.
So tell us a little bit about you and your background.
So I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones. I've been with Edward Jones a little over 4 years, in the industry for 15 years, so I didn't know what I wanted to do or anything. I was 17 when I started in finance. So went to Rockford University beforehand and got my master's at Indiana Wesleyan.
Cool, and now you're at Edward Jones, and you've been there, like you said, for a few years, so enough to be an expert. And tell us, what exactly is a financial advisor?
So a financial advisor helps you manage your money, helps you create, build, and maintain wealth. It helps you distribute wealth when you're ready to do that, whether that's retirement or college spending, whatever goal you're trying to achieve. So the financial advisor's job is to help you with that goal planning, but also to manage the money itself and create that portfolio.
Which sounds like a pretty nice thing to have somebody help you out with.
Yes.
Because we all are not experts in this field, Leah,
No.
but you are. So tell me, what would lead you to realize that you need a financial advisor?
So life has lots of ups and downs, and there's all kinds of transitions in life. So there's happy occurrences and sad, unfortunately, but any of those occurrences are the times that you see a financial advisor. So a new baby, a new baby is time to either start thinking about, do you want them to go to college? Do you want them to go to private school? So some of those goals can be talked about. A new marriage, there's combining of finance, divorce, unfortunately. You're splitting your finances, and there's lots of decisions to be made then. A career change or a new job. You have 401k options, potentially having multiple 401ks, probably don't want to get to retirement having 4 or 5 different 401k plans. So a lot of different investment choices to make at that point. When you retire, figuring out where that paycheck's going to come from. And unfortunately, the death of a loved one, figuring out, what's going to happen and how do I move forward.
Well, and some of those sadder things, those are tough times for you emotionally, so it's nice to have somebody helping you out. And even the happier things can bring on a lot of stress, and there's a lot of stress when it comes to money. Like, money and stress kind of are friends.
Yes, they are.
So it seems like no matter if it's positive or negative stress, being able to have somebody who's going to think straight and help you with your money is a good idea.
Yes. Absolutely.
So what about having a relationship with your financial advisor?
So it's really important to be able to have that person that's not just the nerd when it comes to math and money, but also someone that you relate to, someone you can talk to, that you can have a conversation about your goals and really dream. Because if you can't sit down and talk about, what I really want to see in retirement, can they really help you get there? I can't help a client get somewhere if I don't know where I'm going.
Sure. Yeah, that makes complete sense. And like you said, too, about how having a baby is a great time to start financially planning. I think that some people realize that, but some people don't. And then all of a sudden you're saying, well, do you want to send your kid to private school? And they're like 7. And you're like, well, you probably should have thought about that 7 years ago.
Yes, absolutely. You have a few years to figure it out in the beginning. But
yeah, right.
Even at 7, though, or 10 or 15, you've still got time before college. It could be a grandparent that wants to make sure that all of their grandchildren go to college. So there's a lot of different things that can be done to create that ideal situation.
And some people might not know all those things, so that's where you come in.
Absolutely.
So is there a process on how this works? So if I came to you and I said, Leah, let's talk about what you're going to do as a financial advisor, how does that process go?
So first and foremost, I figure out what's most important to the potential client. Once I understand completely what's important to them, what those goals are, I use an established process to build out personalized strategies for them. Using those personalized strategies, we create their goal plan, their roadmap. And from there, we partner together for the rest of their life. Keep them on track, make sure that risk tolerance doesn't change, their comfort level with the ups and downs doesn't change, and that the goals don't change because life happens.
Yeah, life does happen. And you are a real human person, which helps this whole situation. I was thinking about a couple of years ago, it was really trendy to use some apps that were just on their own for saving and investing. But when you're just dealing with a random app, there's no person there to talk to me and make me sure that I'm making the right choices.
Right. Absolutely. So there's a lot of time where the natural inclination is, oh my gosh, the market's starting to go down, I should just sell. Well, that's not the case. In most situations, it depends on the person's goals and their comfort level, and there's so much more that goes into it. So when you have a person to talk to, that person can use their education and your situation and figure out whether it makes sense to stay the course or make a change or whatever the right mode of action is at that point.
I think we need to remember sometimes, like, our phones are great, but we need the people, and
Yes.
the financial advisor might be one of the people you need.
Well, and the phone can't decide whether, figure out your goal plan.
Right.
You've got to talk to someone and have a relationship to really understand your situation completely.
And Leah, you are that person. If somebody needed your advice or wanted more information, where would we have them go?
So my office is in Roscoe on Bridge Street, 5412 Bridge, in Roscoe, right across the street from Sophia's restaurant. My phone number is 815-623-8966.
And they can find you at edwardjones.com/Leah-Evers.
Yes.
It's pretty easy to spell.
Yeah.
All right,
Just
Leah.
no H on the Leah.
No H on the Leah. Thanks so much for coming this morning, Leah.
Thank you.
After the break, it's almost time for Solo Italiano, and we hear from Vince and Benny about the upcoming event at Francesco's. We'll be right back with more Good Day Stateline.